How's everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. Um, I'm pretty much out of it. I've been traveling a lot for work, like usual. I'm also trying to get used to having hearing aids in, so I can't really tell if I'm loud or quiet. Um, I have noticed that apparently, since I got them put in, that I must have been a yeller because I get feedback now if my voice is too loud, and I think my son and my wife greatly appreciate that. I'm no longer kind of yelling at them, I guess. But one of the things I've been enjoying is all the drama involving Twitter. I was really surprised. No, I shouldn't be surprised. Like, Elon Musk has a history of doing really stupid things on social media, from getting hit by the SEC for manipulation, stock price manipulation. He got hit with some pretty heavy fines. To his legal battle that he had with the British diver that saved all those kids in Thailand. And the only reason he won that case was basically the court ruled that Elon Musk is so like Elon Musk's tweet, no rational person would believe it because it's Elon Musk on social media. And court recognized that Elon Musk is an idiot on social media. It's also interesting that during that case, Elon Musk's own attorneys had to argue in court, and they argued successfully that they needed extra time and stuff because Elon Musk didn't have the money to pay them. Because it's a problem with a lot of these guys like Musk is that on paper they're worth a lot, but in reality they're very cash poor. And the other big issue for Elon Musk is a lot of his companies don't actually make money. They're kind of like Uber, where Uber just loses money every quarter. Yet inexplicably, it's valued in terms of its stock more than, say, Ford Motor Company. It makes no sense. It's because a lot of these companies are based on bullshit. But I was kind of blown away that he at his initial offer for Twitter, and I don't think it was a serious offer. I because the highest valuation I saw at Twitter at the time was like 25 billion, and even then I'm like 25 billion for a site that people shitpost on. Like, how does that make any flippant sense? But he instead offered what 44 billion for a 25 billion dollar site that again I would argue is not really worth 25 billion. It's insane. And I'm sure his legal team and his financial team both advised him don't make this offer. Now I think Elon Musk is trying to just his whole thing is showmanship. Um, and I believe that he thought that the shareholders would never take this money or this offer because the shareholders were basically just like the weirdos on Twitter. That, like, they're very political and yada yada yada. They, when in reality, the shareholders are people that have been looking to get bought out of Twitter for a long time. Twitter's never made any money. It's really never made any profit. So, like, if I own any kind of significant shares in Twitter and I'm getting offered almost twice what the share price is, I would wholeheartedly take that money. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity to cash out on a stock, which they did, and almost immediately, Elon Musk and his people went in control mode. They're like, "Oh, wait. We're worried about bots and stuff." And of course, eventually, I think his legal team sat him down and said, "Listen, we can fight this out, but we're going to lose. And you're going to lose even more money than the 44 billion you got to pay. You might as well cut your losses." And I think that's what he did. But he's doing a lot of stuff, I think, to stay kind of in the news and have people focus on Twitter because in the background, he's got to very carefully liquidate assets into cash to then finish financing his purchase of Twitter. And he's got to be very, very careful with this because a lot of his companies don't make money and they have hyper overvalued stock prices. And if the market starts seeing Elon Musk moving, say, large sales of Solar City or large share numbers of Tesla, I think you would see such a crushing drive to short his stock portfolio that it could significantly wipe Elon Musk out and put some of these companies under. On paper, a lot of like I have to be honest, I have done contractor work for a couple of entities that are owned and operated by Elon Musk, and he's just the CEO. It really ultimately, like when I've done contract work for General Motors, right? The CEO has, I have no interaction with the CEO of General Motors, and so on and so on and so on. The expectation of the the CEO of any large company to be on the ground floor, that's a stupid fantasy world. But my experience with many modern companies, like companies that have been built up over the last like 5 or 10 years, startup companies, if you will, I have very poor opinions of them. And this isn't just like a Tesla or things like that. What I find is a lot of these startup companies will not pay you. They'll drag out the whole process. Uh, they will sign contracts that they have no belief in ever following through. So, like, I basically have two kinds of companies that are blacklisted, and those are companies that, like, say, the Department of State and so on, have black. It's part of what's it called? I forget all the acronyms. ITAR, like companies that are basically listed from ITAR and stuff. I can't do business with because my automation stuff that I do, I could turn a gas compressor or I could turn a centrifuge to make a nuclear fuel. Um, it's the same process one way or another, and I have to be careful who I do business with. But the other group of companies that are blacklisted from me and my employer, and not just my employer, but a lot of the industry that I work in, are companies that just straight up don't pay their bills. So, like, if you ever wonder why Teslas are notorious because the doors on their cars don't seal out the water, like every other car that's made, it's because every other car that's made, the doors are basically mounted, positioned, and put into place by automated robots. That's how you get the quality assurance and you get the delivery time down and so on. You have a robot do it. Or you could do it the old way, which is you bolt the door into place, then you try to slam the door shut a couple of times, and then every time it sticks on something, you got the guy that's hitting it with or slamming the door shut, he's going to basically take a rubber mallet, loosen one of the bolts, basically bang the door into place and try to slam it shut a few more times. He's going to do that over and over again until he feels that he's got the best fit. That's how they used to build cars in the 70s. We don't do that anymore. But that's kind of how Tesla has to do it because they owe so much money to various automation companies that were brought in to do the robot work, and they never paid the bill. And so the work, like, there's always these deliveries. Like, basically, before I ever step foot on a site, you better have paid up to like 75%. And then over time, as I'm getting work done, there are deliveries where you got to pay, okay, 10% here, 5% here, so on, as I make the goals. And you can't just arbitrarily decide, I'm not going to pay you once we hit the 80% mark. What's going to happen is I'm going to pack my shit and leave. And then you're good luck with it. Good luck with it. Because if you don't pay your bill to one company, another company's not just going to come in and say, okay, well, I trust you're going to pay me on this. Because companies tried to do that in the past, and it always bites everyone in the ass. So now, to be fair, but this isn't just a Elon Musk kind of thing. Like I said, a lot of startups act like this. Some very old, prominent companies act like this, and I really can't stand it. Like, you pay me, kind of thing. But the new thing I do love is Musk is talking about people having to pay for their blue check mark. Now, as a shit poster on Twitter, I naturally assume that anyone with a blue check mark is an unhinged moron. Like, I just assume that. Like, if if you're going to the trouble of self-doxing yourself online, you're an idiot. I don't care who you are. Like if you're an athlete or like, so like if I was Elon Musk, right? I wouldn't run my own Twitter account, not under my own name. I would have a PR team that would do that. They have the Elon Musk account. And then me as Elon Musk, I would have my own shit posted account. Same thing with like Stephen King and anything like that. Because ultimately, when you're going to post stuff on social media, you're representing your business interests, your social interests, and so on and so on and so on. And your hot takes could really be detrimental to any number of things like that. Like, it always kind of shocks me that Elon Musk and any kind of CEO like this really doesn't seem to notice how they can really affect the lives of the people that work very, very hard for them, kind of thing. So I'm enjoying all the flip out about this. I also love like I've read a couple of responses where it's from reporters and stuff like news people where it's like, the whole point of the blue check mark was so that when people went to Twitter for news, they would know that they were actually talking to the real reporter and not some troll. They would know who to trust. And I think I've said in a previous video, I have a very low opinion of the media. I have an incredibly low opinion of the media. Like, I know a lot of people don't like how politics in the U.S. has become this drawn out, nasty fight between just two political parties that seemingly can't agree on anything. And it's just like a WWE wrestling match every election. That's not done by the politicians. That's done by the media. The media turns every single election into a three-ring circus. The media will report stuff without really investigating whatsoever. The media will pretend like it's appearing as being just delivering the news when it's constantly editorializing. The media will screw over good people, will absolutely screw over good people if it makes them more money or gives them more attention. And at the same time, the media will completely cover up for horrible people, but they'll do that because that gives them further access and stuff. So I like the idea that, and I actually saw a reporter say this, like, well, if Elon Musk thinks that we can afford $20 a month, he clearly doesn't realize how little reporters get paid. Get another job. Get another job. This is no different than you see weirdos on Twitter complaining that like they're at 32 years old that they wish they could arrest their parents for turning off their internet because they won't get a job. Get another job, or I don't know, don't be on Twitter. Don't be on Twitter. Like, you don't need to have a Twitter account. I'm always amazed. Like, people act like the entire world is Twitter, when in reality, yeah, it's a popular website, but it's like the vast majority of users on it are just shitposting and stuff. And it's not like a blue check mark in any way, shape, or form gives a reporter any more credibility. They're blue check marks that just, who are reporters that tweet out the most batshit moronic, crazy stuff all the time. And a lot of times they'll just arbitrarily take away a check mark just because somebody says something that's like not popular or offensive or whatever. It's just, I just, it's funny to me because on one hand, I think Musk is in a very precarious situation because he's so overpaid for a website that doesn't make any money. And I think it might be one of those things where, well, if they can show that there's any kind of income generation over previously what it was, this might help him out because it might bring up the valuation of the actual company. The hilarious thing to me, though, are all these people that have the blue check marks, like this one. Apparently, Elon Musk greatly overestimates how much I care about the blue check mark. Phil, I guarantee you, you're going to pay for that blue check mark. I guarantee you're going to pay for that blue check mark. Everybody that currently has a blue check mark is going to start paying for the blue check mark because these weirdos, for whatever reason, seem to imply that this actually matters. It's no different than the people where, like, if you say something to them, they get upset and they're like, well, I have 15,000 followers and you have 400. It's like, well, yeah, I don't know why people follow me, but I certainly don't understand why people follow you. But yeah, like it doesn't invalidate what I said to you, you weirdo. And what I always love too, or when like since Musk has taken over, all the people that are complaining like I've lost 800 followers, and it's like I guarantee you, all 800 of the followers are bots. Like if I went through like all of the people that follow me, I think it's like 400. I would say 95% of them are just bullshit bots, and I just got lazy and I haven't gone back and like blocked them or whatever. Because every time I get a new follower, 9 times out of 10, it's just a bot. It's the same thing. Like I will comment, and the first comment will be like it'll be a bot account that's like, oh, that's a great thing. You should follow me as well. And it's like, hey, yeah, you're a bot. I also love it too. Like people act like the Twitter's going to be a free for all. It's like they still have to try to hold on to advertising dollars and stuff. I don't know. This whole thing is just hilarious on both sides because you've got people sort of on the left that's acting like this the apocalypse because they won't be able to shitpost their failings, and then you have people on the hard people on the right that are just like, now we're gonna get on. Well, now we're gonna finally figure out who killed Epstein when Elon Musk and his engineers get through the Twitter code. And it's like, wait, what? Like, how'd you jump to that? It's just, uh, it's just so funny to me. All these people are saying like, I'm going to get rid of my blue check mark. I'm not going to pay for this. It's so silly. It's so silly. Like when you see people like this, I don't know who Dick Bremer is, but it's just like, yeah, you're gonna pay for it. You're gonna pay for it because you paid for. You had it before. You're not gonna want to give it up. These people are just so weird. Like, I'm not leaving Twitter, not under the current circumstances. I prefer to be a voice in the wilderness rather than relinquish the field to the forces of fascism, anarchy, hysteria, and bad taste in movies. If I lose my check mark, so what? I was here for years without it. It's like, I can't imagine being a person that is like this. I just can't. It's like, I can't. Oh, my Lord. It's just, all of this is just so funny. This guy gets it. He just will have to, I know, a blue check will have a sign that says that I'm a sucker. Vanity plates, yep, that's what it is. But yeah, this person already is. I agree. Uh, it's already a sign of mental illness for a lot of people and not add a charge on top of it. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Uh, I don't know. This is like the best thing that's happened to this stupid website. Now, if I was Elon Musk, I would be like I would like, if one, I wouldn't have purchased this stupid website. I wouldn't have. And like I said before, I'd have somebody running my own Twitter account in my name, like a PR team. But if I was in his shoes right now, I would say, fuck it. And what I would do is I would basically strip everyone of all their little Twitter account, like all their little check marks and everything, and being like, we're doing a Pol Pot style year zero, where everyone's losing their accounts. And come midnight in like a day, it's a free for all, and everyone just has to re-sign up. That would be hilarious. That would be absolutely hilarious because you'd have so many people freaking out. You'd have the people that have been on Twitter for like 12, 15 years that have like 10,000 followers, a million followers, and they wouldn't know how to handle it. They're like, what do you mean I'm going to start over? It would be hilarious. And then it's like, it's whoever purchases like the different accounts first. That would be hilarious. Like, you could even do it where it's an auction kind of thing where you could be like, all right, we're going to have a bidding war over who gets to be Stephen King, the official Stephen King Twitter account, and see how much Stephen King's willing to pay for it. Like that, I mean, that's the kind of goofy stuff that I would do because none of these people are going to be willing to none of these people are going to be willing to leave this website because the people that already have the blue check mark are completely and utterly addicted to it because they went to the trouble of getting it in the first place. So I don't know. It's just so wacky to me. But I digress. I'm rambling. Y'all have a good day.